Hello, guys, and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. I haven't made a lot of videos recently, but I'm preparing books. I'm writing books. I'm doing my podcast about spirituality, about culture, about life. And now I decided to shoot one short video about one really important event this year, 2026. And this event is Venus retrograde on 3rd of October, I think, at the beginning of October. Venus will become retrograde, which is not very frequent event, astrological event. You know that Mars and Venus, they're not very, they're becoming retrograde, but not so frequently like Mercury or like Jupiter or like Saturn. You know that Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, they're retrograde. Mercury a few times in the year, and Jupiter and Saturn once per year. And Venus and Mars, they retrograde every 2 years, approximately every 2 years, something like that. And now this year we'll have Venus retrograde. But before proceeding with Venus retrograde and telling you a little bit more about Venus, about retrograde motion, about what will be the effect for your ascendant and your moon sign, just I want to mention that this is Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is different from Western astrology. We use different calculation system. We use sidereal system. So before listening to this video, it is good first to check your Vedic astrological chart. See what is your ascendant, see what is your moon, and you have to listen the zodiac sign for your ascendant and for your moon. For the zodiac, it's really important to check what is your ascendant and what is your moon sign, because in Vedic astrology we use many charts, but the main one, the physical one, is the ascendant one. And the moon, we call it Chandra Lagna. This is more emotional, more inner chart and more karmic. And you have to listen to both of the analysis for both zodiac signs, for the one for the ascendant and one for your moon sign. The other thing that is very important is to know that the power of this transit of Venus retrograde depends entirely on your natal chart. You have to know that your natal chart determines what will be the strength of each transit. In Vedic astrology, we have the so-called planetary period, or dashas. And especially if you are in the planetary period of Venus, then you feel the movement of Venus very strongly, in a strong way. That's why people who are in the dasha, if you see on the screen, this is the dasha. This is the chart of the United States. This is the moon chart. And this is the moon chart. You know, in Vedic astrology, I'm not sure whether you know about Vedic astrology, but in Vedic astrology, we take the moon and we move the whole chart according to the moon and put it as an ascendant. And we call this is Chandra Lagna, moon ascendant. Whatever, I'm giving too much information. But if you want to know what will be the strength of your chart of this transit of Venus, first you have to know your natal chart. Then you have to check your dasha. If you are in the planetary period of Venus, then you feel it really strong. If you have planets in the sign where Venus is transiting retrograde, then you feel it strong. If you don't have any of these conditions, you will feel the energy of Venus, but not so strongly, just to let you know. The other thing is, if you want a consultation with me, you can check my website, astrology-coaching.com. There are different type of consultations. Of course, we can check your Venus retrograde period. We can, if you have any important events on these dates. You can check my books. Vedic Astrology is in Simple, and Nakshatras in Vedic Astrology is in Simple. They are in Amazon. They are very basic, very easy and simple books that will give you a very good background for improving your knowledge in Vedic astrology. So if you want to learn Vedic astrology, they're very good for a start level. Vedic astrology is in simple, and nakshatras in Vedic astrology is in simple. Of course, I have an online pre-recorded video course for beginners in Vedic astrology. You can check it too. It is in everything. All the links are in the description below this video, so don't worry about that. Just check the description and you can find it. So let's speak about Venus retrograde. As per Vedic astrology, Venus retrograde, Venus will be retrograde in the mainly in the zodiac sign of Libra. Now I'm going to show you on the screen. First, I'm going to show you the movement of Venus. Then I'm going to discuss what is going on. You see the chart of United States. Now we're going to see the transits. This is how the transit looks like. And on 3rd of October, just to find 3rd of October, you see Venus here. Venus is here. This is 7 is the Libra sign, and Venus is here. And on 3rd of October, Venus will become retrograde. The degree that is becoming retrograde is 14 degrees. So if you have any planets on around 14 degrees of Libra, 14 degrees of Aries, you can expect some events related to this movement. You know that the most powerful part of the movement of each planet is when the planet goes from direct to retrograde and from retrograde to direct. We call this stationary position. So on 3rd of October, Venus will become retrograde and it will start moving backwards slowly, and it will cross the boundary of Virgo. So it will go in Virgo, and on 13th, yes, on 13th or 14th of November, Venus will become direct. So it will become stationary, then it will become direct in Virgo. Venus will become direct around 28 degrees of Virgo, which is very close to the Spike star. And Spike is very favorable star. It gives fame, it gives wealth, fame, it gives glamour. Because Spike is part of Chitra Nakshatra. Chitra Nakshatra is related with pearls, with colors, with shining. And Chitra Nakshatra is a nakshatra of the architectures. But it's a long story about nakshatras. You can check my book, Nakshatras in Vedic Astrology, or you can check my video about nakshatras. And if you have planets on around 28 degrees of Virgo, or 28 degrees of Pisces, you can feel this change of the transit of Venus, and there can be some events related to Venus and the sector, the house where the movement, this event is happening. So from 3rd of October till around 14th of November, Venus will be retrograde, and it will influence all of us. Some of us will be a little bit more strongly if you are in a Venus dasha, if you have planets in the end of Virgo and the beginning of Libra, or if your ruler is Venus. If your ascendant, for example, is Taurus or Libra, then your ruler is Venus. So you are controlled by Venus in some way. So you feel this this energy too. So now let me bring again the chart. Okay, because I'm changing the screens now. So what is Venus? First, Venus is the planet of love. Venus is the planet of beauty. Venus is the planet of relationship. Venus is harmony. Venus is related with court, with trade, with justice. Venus is the women in some way, right? And when Venus becomes retrograde, all the energy becomes internalized. Every planet, when they change their movement from direct to retrograde, they change the energy from outside to inside. So there will be periods of reflection, of recheck, of checking whether what is the English word for that? Reflection, redoing, checking if your plan in this field is going correctly. So most of the time you have to re-evaluate, redo, recheck, or something like that, right? I forgot my English word, I'm sorry. So the whole energy goes internalized, it goes inside, and it's time for reflection inside of you. Whether you are happy with the things that you are doing in this field of the field of Venus, whether you need to change your relationship, whether you need to change how you think about love, themes related with love, with relationship, with art, with self-worth, with material pleasures, because Venus is material pleasure, right? Every type of Venus theme will need to be re-evaluated. This is for sure. So when Venus becomes retrograde, there has to be some correction, or there can be some karmic revisiting of the fields related to Venus and Libra. And what is Libra? Libra is partnership. Libra is business partnership. Libra is the masses, the other people. Libra is balance, harmony. Libra is agreements, contracts. This is why Libra rules marriage, because this is a contract between two people who are in love, right? Libra is the sign of is ruled by Venus, so it is even the whole Venus Libra energy is even stronger when Venus will become retrograde. So there has to be, so the things that are going to happen there, you will be the energy will be the energy will be really strong because of this this retrograde movement of Venus in its own sign. There can be some issues with the balance, issue with the boundaries in relationship, issues with relationships. There can be some issues with the contract. There can be more introspective energy. So you have to take care of your things, and you have to be really careful. So during this time of period, there can be reconnection with people you love. There can be reconnection with your past lovers. There can be some just to close the door. There can be some emotional traumas that will appear again in your life. There can be some reevaluation of contracts, commitments, marriage. There can be some financial reconsideration of your financial status and your material status. There can be some change in your personal style, in the way you express yourself artistically, especially if you have artistic business. Then it will be, the Venus retrograde can make you change the way you express your art. This is important. There can be deep introspection and about your self-worth and about your emotional wounds or emotional world. Yeah, because Venus is love. Venus is related with all these emotional love feelings inside of you, right? But especially love, art, marriage. These are main things that Venus controls. So you have to take care of that fields. And just remember that there will be the energy is internalized. It's not outside, it is inside. It is time to reflect. It is time to reevaluate and reassess what is going on in your life according to Venus retrograde and the field where Venus is retrograde. So now let me see if I can open your maybe it's not good to change all the time, or I can change it. Let me see if I can change it. Just I need to change a little bit just to see if it's moving. Yeah, it's moving. Okay, so I will not be able to change it. Okay, so I'm not going to show you, or I will show you, just I'm going to put the first house as ascendant. Just I wanted to show you for all ascendant where will be your Venus, but I'm going to share this information. So for people who have Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign, just to repeat again, you have to check your ascendant and your moon sign. If you cannot do that, just you can check my consultation and you can book a consultation, and I can check it for you, and I can analyze all your periods. It's not a problem. Just go to my website, astrology-coaching.com, and you can see it. But for people who have ascendant in Aries or moon in Aries, Venus will be retrograde mainly in your seventh house. Seventh house is the house of love, of marriage, not love, marriage, partnership, the masses. So there can be old relationships appearing again. There can be old lovers coming again, but there can be some issues in love. You know, there can be questions about your current relationship. There can be some business partnership that needs to be reevaluated. So you have to be careful about that. Just I forgot to say that whenever Venus is retrograde, it is not very okay to get married or to start a new relationship. Of course, everything depends on your natal chart. You don't have to be a slave of your natal chart, the slave of astrology. Just keep in mind that if you're getting married during this period or you start a relationship, there can be some issues related with your relationship with your partner. There can be some problems, there can be more scandals, there can be more arguments during this period. So don't worry, just focus, take care of these issues, take care of these problems, and proceed. And if you start a new relationship during this period, just keep in mind to be more, to just wait Venus to become direct to see if something will change in your relationship. Okay, just in any case. So for all people who have Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign, Venus will be retrograde in your sixth house. You see, this is 7 is the Venus. So sixth house is the house of work, routine, service. So you have to take care of your relationship in your workplace, take care of your relationship in your daily life. There can be some tensions in your daily life, especially related with your work and routine daily life. So you have to take care of that. Sixth house is the house of conflicts, enemies, and divorce. So be careful again. If you have some beauty procedures that you want to, for example, make a surgery or do some beauty procedures, you have to be really careful because sixth house is the house of health. And I don't advise during this period to do any beauty procedures like plastic surgeries or something like that, especially for people who have strong Venus influence in their chart. This is important. For all people who have Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon sign, Venus will be retrograde in your fifth house. This is the house of love, creativity, children, self-expression, relaxation. So people from your past can appear during this period of Venus retrograde. There can be some change in your creative art. If you are, for example, artist, there can be some, or you can change the way you express yourself, or there can be some how to say it, blocks, creative blocks. So be careful about that. And this is not the best time to organize things for relaxation, joy, or self-expression, because Venus retrograde can block this energy a little bit. For all people who have Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon sign, Venus retrograde will be in your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of mother, home, home devices, lands, yacht, all this type of luxury things that are related with your home, the place where you live. So you have to be careful if you buy expensive devices. If you want to buy some yacht, don't buy it now while Venus is retrograde. You know, Venus is a material pleasure. So if you buy something related with the material pleasure during Venus retrograde, there can be some issues. There can be some emotional traumas related with your home, with your family too, that can reappear again. So you have, it's a good time to heal them. If you are going to redecorate, make your home more beautiful, just keep in mind that Venus is retrograde and this is not the best time to do it. Okay, so if you have Leo ascendant, just why I cannot move it? Okay, if you have a Leo ascendant or a Leo moon sign, Venus retrograde will be mainly in your third house. This is the house of communication. This is the house of your brothers and siblings, of your way of acting too, in the way of education, of this is the house where you put your effort, or you're doing things with your hands, with your body. So communication is very important. There, it can be a little bit more emotional, so be careful about that. There can be a reconnection with your siblings, with your cousins, and there can be some reassessment of your creative communication. If you are writing a book, this is a time to reflect, to reassess what you have written, or how to change it, or how to improve it. Be careful how you communicate and what are you expressing in the world, because Venus retrograde can put some blocks here. For people who have Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign, Venus retrograde will be mainly in your second house and a little bit over your ascendant. Second house, of course, is your family, the things that you're speaking, eating. This is your assets, your resources, your savings. So be careful what you are spending during this time. Venus can make you reassess your material savings, your resources. There can be maybe there will be some need to change your spending habits. You need to revisit your values and your self-worth too, and be careful how you speak, because you can become a little bit more emotional, especially on the second on the end in November, when Venus is over your ascendant. It is good not to make any plastic surgery, any beauty procedures, or any changes in your personal style, because maybe it will not be the best decision that you're going to make. For all people who have a Libra ascendant or Libra moon sign, Venus will be retrograde mainly over your ascendant, which is a very important period. Venus over your ascendant is your ruler. It's not just Venus, it is your ruler. First house is your life, your appearance, your health, your body, the first house, the ascendant, is a summary of the whole chart. So this can lead to change of the way you assess your world, you accept your world, you think about the world. There can be some reevaluation of the direction, change of your personal direction. There can be personal transformation. There can be reevaluation of identity, of the way you look, of your relationships in your life. I don't know where to look. I look here, but I have to watch the camera here. I don't know. There can be, this is a time where you have to go inside, not outside. A time where you can just sit, think about your life, think about where you want to go, think of what you want to succeed, or how you want to look, and take actions when Venus goes direct. Of course, if you need any consultation, just let me know, and you can check the consultations over your ascendant, because sometimes when the ruler of a planet, of the ruler of a sign goes retrograde, people needs help. People needs assistance. So for people who have Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio moon sign, Venus retrograde will be in your 12th house. 12th house is foreigners, foreign lands, isolation, unconscious mind, spirituality in some way, other dimensions. There can be, it's related with everything that is behind the scene. So there can, if you have secret love, it can appear now when Venus goes retrograde. Hidden relationship can appear. Spiritual love can become stronger. There can be some healing love. You need, maybe you can, 12th house is related with healing. So many times when Venus is retrograde in the 12th house, there is some, it's a good period to heal your soul, to heal your heart, to letting go of everything that doesn't serve you in love or in all the things that Venus rules in your chart, in your natal chart. If you have some relationship with foreigners, you have to be more careful during this period. So if you have Sagittarius moon sign or ascendant, Venus retrograde will be in your 11th house. 11th house is the house of social circles, dreams, income, friendship. So be careful how you communicate with your social circle, with your friendship. There can be some reassessment of goals and desires. There can be some change of your social circle, and especially if you have business related with women and beauty or art, this period can be a little bit more critical. So don't worry about that, because Venus, the planet of beauty, love, women, is retrograde. Maybe there will be need for change in some field. So if you have Capricorn ascendant, Venus will be retrograde in your 10th house. 10th house is the house of career, the house of management, the house of your mission in life. When Venus is retrograde in your 10th house, you have to be careful with your public image. So don't do things that you don't want to ruin your image. You have to be careful how you speak with your management, especially if your managers are women. There can be some need of reevaluation of your professional direction too, because Venus can bring this need for reassessment of your direction, especially in the field that are ruled by Venus: love, creativity, women, beauty, trade, court, justice, cinema, and everything that is related with beauty and art. For all people who have Aquarius ascendant or Aquarius moon sign, Venus will be retrograde in your 9th house. The 9th house is the house of the father, the house of the guru, the house of the teacher. It is the house of international relationship, education, traveling, tourism, good luck, religion, philosophy. So if you have any travel plans, there can be, especially with women, it can be changed. There can be some teachers or gurus that appear again in your life. Maybe the belief system needs to be reassessed, reevaluated. You know, probably, if you know about Vedic astrology, you probably know that Venus is a guru. It is the guru of the demons. So when Venus becomes retrograde in the 9th house, the house of guru, maybe you have to be careful what are you listening and who are you listening to during this period of time, because they can give you wrong guidance. And for all people who have Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign, Venus will be retrograde in your 8th house. 8th house is really, really deep house. This is sudden changes, transformation, death and rebirth. This is psychology, occult, astrology, other people's money. So this is very emotional. Old emotional wounds can appear during this time. Oh, there is just a sound, some kind of sound. Sorry. There can be some financial issues too, or there will be a need for your financial reassessment of your financial status and your situation, financial situation. There can be some emotional traumas appearing. It's a really good period to heal. It is really good period to go to psychology and heal your wounds that are coming from love, or for your marriage, or for your partnership. There can be some issues with sex, some intimacy issues. Or when I say issue, it doesn't mean issue. It can be some events or something that needs to be reassessed or redone or recheck or correct. So it's not negative. It's just redoing something, re-evaluating something. The energy is inside and you have to change it. So you have to improve it so it can become better. This is what I mean. So yeah, just take your ascendant, take your moon sign, listen to both zodiac signs, the sign of the ascendant and the sign of your moon sign, and make a mix of what I have said. Of course, if you cannot do it, just check my website for my consultation. Check my books. You can check my podcast. It's really nice. It's more spiritual. It's the name is Queen's Marmalade. Queen says the fruit, the yellow fruit. Queen's Marmalade. It's really nice. It's if you like storytelling, if you like spirituality, if you like cultural critique, cultural criticism. It's really good. I already have few episodes on the other YouTube channel, Queen's Marmalade, the podcast. I have Queen's Marmalade on Spotify. You can find it. It's really nice. It makes you think, which is very important in the modern world. We need to think more, and we don't need to listen the crowds, listen all the people that are telling us what to do. We need to think and decide which is the best thing to do for us. So Queen's Marmalade is really nice. If you want, you can check my online pre-recorded video course. If you want to learn about Vedic astrology, it's really good for beginners. It's for beginners. And then you can go study other courses, read more books, start creating your own chart and practice and help other people. And you can become a Vedic astrologer. Of course, my course is for beginners mainly. This is the first step. Check my books, Nakshatras in Vedic astrology and Vedic astrology is in simple. They are written in a very simple way, so everyone from the Western world can understand them. Okay, I hope you like it. Venus retrograde is interesting period, so I hope you enjoy the video. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.